So you get 5 back. So there you guys go. You guys, looks like you guys are getting your recoveries taken care of. Everybody's feeling refreshed.
I walk up. Hey, you fellows look like shit! What happened? These land kraken get the best of you?
Oh, I recovered for full.
The protection aura fades off of you as well, Agnes, from the rune. And what is that monkey wrench on there with 5 on, Captain Tom?
I didn't put that there. I thought you did.
No, I didn't. I'm gonna take it off.
I've been wondering that the whole time.
He's repairing his automobile, David. It takes 5 more rounds before we can go to the convenience store.
Are we playing Daisy? Daisy 13th Age?
You know, it's funny, if you look at it in the right way, it kind of looks like a peg leg instead of a wrench.
Gillian, I do believe we really need to get you some glasses, fellow. You're seeing far too many things that shouldn't be there.
Dave,
in
this big pile of trash, I want to, do the pirate thing and search around and see if I can find any hidden gems in this pile.
I'm glad you asked that, because as you're down there scarfling around and pointing out to Wilbur to use his claws to dig in the more rougher areas, Wilbur he lifts up and he has something dangling from his fingers. It is a pair of leather boots that are dangling.
What have you got there, Wilbur?
And he looks at
Wilbur,
him,
we both
looks
know
down
that
at
you
his
can't
feet,
wear boots.
looks back up, looks down at his feet, kind of shrugs.
Wilbur, your feet are far too large.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, hand those to me. Let me take a look.
He hands them over to you. They're very dirty. They've been here for a very long time. The shoestrings have actually survived over time, and the leather has as well. Very dirty, though.
Not very fashionable boots there, Captain. What do you intend to do with them?
Do they appear magical at all, or are they just boots?
That I don't know.
Let me take a look at them.
Yes, they're magical. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Can I use an Arcana check then?
I'll tell you what. You can see that there are small little bone trinkets, where the hanging off of the ends of the shoelaces and several, I want to say, coffins that are also engraved into the shoes. So sure, you can. I will allow you to do an Arcana check. Sure, to see. We'll see if there's any kind of magic to these shoes. You sense...
Nice.
Yeah, you definitely sense a magical presence coming from these boots, but it's not one that you like. We'll just put it that way.
Ahoy there, Killian. I think I found some evil boots.
Yeah, you definitely have a sense of a negative energy coming off of these boots, that's for sure.
Well, I don't want to wear these because I've got nice boots already, and these make me sad. But
Wait, you mean nice boot?
I've got a very nice boot. Very, very good observation there, Mordecai.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God.
Perhaps we can sell them to someone who likes evil things, or
Mr. Anonymous.
You do whatever you want with them. They're no concern of mine.
Would a religion check help me determine what or
unreal,
why,
man.
I should say, the evil presence is coming off of these boots?
No, thank you so much, Mr. Anonymous, Mr. or Mrs. Anonymous. Unbelievable. I'm sorry about that. I just had a moment there for a second.
I was saying, would a religion check, because he's told me these have like an evil aura about them, would a religion check help me to see why this is present?
Sure, you can give me a religion check. Wow, thank you so much, whoever did that. That is so nice of you, so generous of you to do that.
Damn.
So, yes, you know that these do have... You can sense that the power from this is probably involving the Lich King, these shoes.
Ooh.
These should be returned to where you found them immediately.
You don't think they're worth anything?
Yes, Killian.
I don't
Find
think
us
it's
keepers.
worth
That's
the
the
trouble
pirate
these
coming out
items
of
will
Tom Flynn.
cause.
Are these worth anything? I love it.
Will these boots cause us any harm by possessing them, Killian? What do you know of these things?
I say drop it like it's
Wow.
hot.
Thank you.
The markings on them have some sort of involvement with the Lich King.
Oh, that's
Okay.
fine. Some people like the Lich King. We can sell them to them.
Right.
They would definitely have a value, that's for sure. You would definitely know that.
Killian, you don't worry about it. Here, I'll put them in my backpack, and we'll move on.
Exactly.
Then you are responsible for any trouble that comes of these items.
I am fully responsible.
Wow, that is crazy.
I'm going to turn and just head south at this, just
Thank
kind of
you,
shaking
guys.
my head at that. Just
Dave, what should I write down? Just Lich King's boots or something?
Dirty boots.
Yes,
Dirty
you
old
can-
boots?
These are actually called the inscriptions that Killian was able to identify. These are called Gravewalker's shoes.
Okay.
And Killian was actually able to determine the power on these boots as well. And I'm going to show you guys really quickly. Now, you can see that basically the person who wears these shoes, when you move, and Killian was able to, sense this, and, he's read about different pairs of shoes, and they can come in all forms, for soldiers, for, people of the shadow like Mordecai. Now, when you move, everyone nearby feels basically a sudden chill come over them, and as if you're walking over a grave. Now, you're going to get a +2 bonus to AC against opportunity attacks provoked by movement, but the bonus is lost for the rest of the turn if one of the opportunity attacks hits. So if it hits, the first one hits, then you lose the power. And then as Killian, he's describing these shoes, that when you do wear these shoes, you will feel some type of disconcern, and you'll also probably make people feel uncomfortable while being around you within your presence.
Well, they are perfect for you, Mordecai. I already feel extremely uncomfortable in your presence as it is.
As he licks his eyebrows.
yes. Save that for your salty lasses.
Thank you very much again. You
Hi
guys,
there, Mordecai.
thank you so much.
If you think you might have a use for these boots, then
Thank
be
you,
my
guys.
guest and put them on. But I'm not going to leave them here. We can
I
sell
wonder
them.
if they're the proper size for him. Mordecai has
If,
his rather large feet.
If the anonymous person wants to
Well,
send
not
me
to
an
say
email
that
through the
Rose's big
contact
feet.
button with your
I don't even care
email,
what they
I'll
say.
match it
Captain,
up on
why don't you hold
PayPal,
on
and then
to
I'll
those? We
award
may
your
have a
XP
use for those
discreetly
later.
if you want to do it that
Will
way. I have
do,
no problem
will
doing
do.
it that way.
Okay.
So just to let you know,
Alright, so back to town then?
I'll match up your email
Do we want to continue
we are
on
not
this way,
finished here
or,
yet.
with the
I
donate,
know,
or
I know,
check
Gillian,
out
I
what's on the
jest.
other side?
hook you up with points, because I
Let
want you to
us
have
finish
them.
this path first and see where it leads.
And I won't say anything if you want to be
All right,
anonymous.
lead
I have
on,
no problem
Killian.
leaving you anonymous, for sure. Thank you again. You guys are unbelievable. You guys are going to make me cry. Alright. So what are you guys doing with these boots? Just going to kind of put them away? Are you going to put them on? Or
The
I'm-
captain
I'm-
put him in his satchel. He's
Yeah, I've just got them
keeping
in my
for us,
backpack.
Okay.
Mordecai didn't want them. I don't know. Maybe
So
they're
the
not
chamber goes
suitable
south.
to him.
The chamber definitely travels south.
Yeah, that's where we actually headed.
Well, Killian, it looks like a dead end.
It is a dead end. But as you enter this chamber, you can see that there is a turned over, I want to say, coffer full of charcoal. But this charcoal is so brittle, it just hasn't been used for some time. And then as you enter the chamber, there's two odd-looking spires that dominate both the east and western walls of the chamber.
What do they look like? I mean, are they
They
have writing on them, or
there's about the ceiling is about 10 to 15 feet, and these spires go to the very tip. I would say there's probably an inch gap between the natural ceiling of the catacomb and the top of these spires. There's about an inch gap. There's markings. There's all kinds of markings on these spires. All kinds of runes and looks like small little depictions of all kinds of different things.
Looking at these spires, Dave, can I roll a perception check or something to see if there's like a hidden passageway or door around these?
Sure, if you want to check all the walls, sure, you can scour all the walls. You can shimmy your way behind the spires without tipping them over, sure. So you know, whoa, something exploded. Holy crap. Did you guys hear that?
no?
Wow, something exploded. Holy shit. So, yeah,
Maybe they're
Mordecai,
firing off a rocket or something.
no, it would be rumbling. But no, you
Yeah.
don't see anything. No false walls, nothing like that. Yeah. Well, you don't know if you flunked. You just don't see anything.
Right.
Dave, I'm going to step a little bit farther into the room, and I'm actually going to roll a religion check to see what the purpose of this room was.
Okay, sure. So, as you're looking at this, there's really no religious bearing on these spires. This is more of a pure magic. So the only thing that I can tell you would be this. You would think that this would be some type of portal system.
No.
But that's all you can determine, though. It has no religious significance whatsoever.
Okay.
I suggest we not mess with this and check out the other side first.
Yes, we've got to find that damn
I'm going to actually
Gravekeeper
kind of
fellow.
back quite a ways away from this and head back into the corridor.
Okay.
Killian, what was that back there?
Yes.
Looked like it could have been some sort of portal mechanism.
Oh my God! It's the
portal?
gelatinous six-sided. Ah.
What do you mean by a portal, Killian?
Similar to the thing we do when we join our rings and form Voltron, except we
Okay,
we don't need
alright.
the rings.
So as you guys are making your way to the eastern portion of this chamber, you can see that there is a very large 5-foot diameter hole in the floor with a very massive, looks to be built into the floor type of grate. I mean, it is of a heavy iron. Now, it is pitch black. You kind of look down as you're walking in, and there's several streams of water, from the water that you can hear dripping all throughout this catacomb. It seems like all of this water in little small streams are trickling down, down this grate, down this drain. And it appears to be pitch black. Well, it doesn't appear, it is pitch black as you kind of look down into it.
I ain't going down there.
I light a torch and drop it down.
Okay, so deduct your torch. You use your tinderbox. You get a torch lit, and so who all is around this grate? Everybody freeze your tokens. So I see everybody. I say freeze your tokens, and everybody goes one step closer. So,
Oh no, it's a methane
Killian,
well.
go back one. No, it's not. So the captain and Mordecai. I want you guys. I want everybody else to mute real quick, or actually, Vance, Agnes, and Killian.
All right.
Why don't you guys leave the room real quick for about 30 seconds?
Are you gonna pull us back in then?
I'll pull you back in. Yes.
Okay.
So, Mordecai and Captain Tom. Captain Tom, you get this torch lit, and you feed the torch down one of the the spaces of the grate. Now, when this happens, it lights up what appears to be a corridor beneath you. It looks to be in complete ruins. I mean, there's earth, and the floor is like jacked up, roots coming through like a tree. I mean, it just looks like it's a mess. But whenever you drop the torch down, you can see that there is a humanoid type of figure looking up at both you and Mordecai. And you shake the cobwebs out of your head, and you kind of shake the cobwebs up as this thing is looking at you, and then steps into the darkness. It looks to be a walking frog type of humanoid.
Ahoy there, Frogman! Where are you going?
You just hear several real small, light, real soft croaks as it just kind of sidesteps into the darkness again, out of the radius of what you can see. And you can hear several more, and then it just goes silent. But you did see a humanoid frogman standing up looking at you. Had yellow eyes with a red pupil, very slimy looking. And that's what you saw. And then it goes dark again. Something like a gust of wind knocks the light off of the torch. And I'm going to pull the others back in real quick.
Captain.
4.
Aye, what is it, Mordecai?
Captain, did you just see what I saw?
I saw him, yes.
What the devil are you blokes talking about here?
There was a
Huge,
frogman
huge,
down
red-eyed frogman.
A frog man, you say? I've heard of snake men and fish people and such and so forth, but never a frog man. Are you men in your right minds?
Would it not be another Sahuagin?
No. This was a frogman.
Would he have like a man's face and a frog's body, or
No, like
a frog's face and a man's body?
With frog legs and flippers.
Okay.
And he made little croaking sounds.
Yeah, he was slimy.
Indeed.
But when I said, ahoy there, frogman, he ran away.
Hopped away by your description, I would think.
Aye.
Okay, Captain.
There also appears to be some sort of ruined corridor down below us.
Yes.
Captain, I have concerns with the...
Where was the frogman? Down in this drain or whatever the devil it is here?
Aye.
I have concerns with the ruined state of that corridor, and the fact that Killian spoke of this. Killian, what was it that you called it? You called it a living dungeon?
Yes.
But that's miles away, though, from what Killian said that the crackle conveyed to him. That's all up in the Sahuagin country or whatnot.
But beneath here, there is all kinds of root systems and tree roots and...
Hey, this door just locked.
What do you mean?
Locked.
I just heard a lock shift inside this door.
Throwing him for a loop. I love it.
Is there somebody on the other side? Listen at
Well,
the
what are we
door, man.
waiting for? It's probably the frogman.
Well, it could be this damned gravekeeper who's somewhat absent in his
Captain.
duties.
Thank you,
Captain,
MPA.
why
I
don't you give
appreciate
that door
it.
the people's peg leg?
Why didn't the road come up here and pick the lock?
Everybody stand behind me.
Wait, Captain, let me see if I can pick the lock.
Yeah, there you go, Mordecai.
Stand by
Thinking
me
again.
as the door explodes with a fireball encrusted rune.
First,
It's too late, Mordecai. Stand out of the way. Just kidding. Just go ahead.
Go ahead, Mordecai.
as soon as I can find my trap sense macro.
Yeah, Bub, it does look good, man.
Dave, I'm stepping
So,
away.
that
I'm doing
door
the
lock.
key
Sure.
dance.
Hey, let's take a. Oh, West
Yeah, I'm
River
gonna
Rat.
tell the rogue. Hey, rogue, do your thing.
I ordered the. I ordered the jerky. I ordered buffalo jerky.
Is it like a stone door, or is it wood, or what does it look like?
Oh, thanks, Everlost, for the kind words, man. It's a stone door. Stone door with iron brackets. It is a very sturdy door. And I'm going to say this. This is plain as day. The wall, the door frame, the door looks new compared to the rest of the catacomb.
probably a good idea I didn't drop the people's peg leg on the door then.
Yes, Captain, yes.
Yeah, you can tell that there's definitely a different texture in the stone used. It's definitely a brighter color stone, and it doesn't look like it's been here too long. Not compared to the 2,000 years age of the tomb, or the
I'm going to see if I can
catacomb.
use it. Before we do this, Killian, do you want to check this door and see if it's magically sealed or anything?
I can. That's not normally my specialty, but sure. Why the heck? Why the heck not? I'll roll an Arcana check and see if there's any kind of magical seal on it.
Oh, they did, Wes, but no, don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it at all, man. I got it. I took care of it, dude. You don't sense that there's any magic bound to this door. You know, there's no visible magic runes or anything.
Okay.
Mechanical, you're not able to tell. You have no clue about mechanical.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't going to even pretend to try and know that I had a clue about a mechanical, but yeah, there's no magical seal on this, so see what you can do with it.
Is it a nautical-based trap? Because I would have extreme expertise in that area.
It is not a nautical-based trap, Captain Tom.
I'm going to roll disable device and see if we can unlock it.
Sure. So you're disabling it for your checking before you're checking for traps, or? But I'm going to give you the all-in-one roll for that crit, which is really nice.
Well, somebody's dog's not feeling good.
That's mine. He, stupid bitch, don't know when to shut up. I might have to go pull a blanket down over her head.
You guys hear that double playing? What in the good God's hell is going on with that double playing?
I told you, I heard that.
Unbelievable. It just ruins the mood for me on a crit. You guys are just nailing the crits tonight. What's the total up to tonight, Agnes? I know that you are keeping track of that.
Oh, I do that when the video goes up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's. I know I can remember at least 3, so I think it's probably more than that.
Quite a few. Mordecai, seeing that you're back, the door explodes on you. Welcome back, and you will take a ton of piercing damage. I'm just kidding.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, no, it was locked, but it was a very simple lock, well below your knowledge of expertise. And you're able to first try pop the lock just like that.
That was so easy. You could have unlocked it, Vance.
Yes, I'm starting to question what you get up to of an evening nowadays. My room is off limits, Mordecai. Please do not come into the shanty or my room with those little tricks of yours.
Oh, I'm keen my lock-picking skills, picking chastity belts from the maidens that we
yes. Well, those big ladies you tend to run with, I assume their belts pop from overuse.
Hey.
Look at Agnes! Oh, mercy. So what are you doing there, Pathfinder?
Get that door open, Mordecai.
I'm going
I've got to go talk to these frog people.
very subtly
people. This is
shield
all my
myself at the
content.
door, and I'm going to pull it open.
Okay, so you open up the door, and this is what you see. So as soon as you open up this door, it is a very brightly lit chamber. And you see, as you open up the brightly lit chamber, you startle an older man looking at a tomb that is in front of a bookshelf on the eastern wall. The small chamber has a few elegant items as you glance around, as you notice the startled old man. Oh, who is this? And you notice that he's startled. You notice that there's an elegant bed, bookshelf, and work desk that is on the western wall. There's also a massive bearskin rug that's dominating the center of the chamber. As the old man drops the tomb quickly, he grabs a wand hanging from his pouch-filled belt. He kind of snaps it down, and then the wand starts to have a fiery glow to it as he points it to you and says, "Who are you, and what are you doing here?"
Ahoy there, old man!
"My life and magical energy are bound here, and if you try and successfully kill me, then this will be the end of the Dragon Empire, and I assure you that you will all die."
Old man,
We mean you no harm.
I am Admiral Tom Flint.
I'm gonna go ahead
Admiral
and
Tom
sheathe my
Flint,
sword.
I have no clue who you are. Who are you?
Well, I was sent
Speak
down here
up!
by... I was sent here by Master Sergeant Broderick to talk to who I think is you. Are you the Gravekeeper?
Master Sergeant, he's not supposed to send anybody down here. Why are you here? You can see the flames starting to intensify on this wand a little bit.
I am a chief agent of the Archmage. The only reason I'm here is to help you.
The Archmage. And he kind of snaps the wand back, and you're like, whoa, easy, old man. And then the wand goes out.
The old fellow seems a little bit agitated there, Cap. Easy now, go easy.
It's all right. It's all right. Everything's fine.
Well, there's not supposed to be no one here in this catacomb. I don't know how you even got down in here.
Well, we were worried about you. We didn't see you. We just came to talk to you under the command of Master Sergeant Broderick.
Well, nobody's supposed to know that I'm even here in the first place.
There's a lot to explain in little time, but I'll tell you this. I am the Admiral of the Midland Armada, under direct command of the Emperor and the Archmage. I was sent to this island to figure out what's going on here. I spoke with Master Sergeant Broderick. He informed me that you are here, and that you're here guarding the tombs of the Lich King's High Council. He's told me that I should come speak with you about this, and that's why we're here.
Well, the next time, that young buck needs to tell me that I'm gonna have visitors, or I could have snuck over to the castle in the secret crawl space. There's supposed to be nobody coming in the catacomb, as orders from the Archmage.
Yes, we quite understand your position here, sir.
I don't think anyone understands the significance of this
trust
catacomb.
us, we do, sir. We do. We know the gravity of your position, shall we say? And we were just coming to check on you and make sure you didn't need any assistance.
Check on me. I am fine. And who are you? Where do you come from with your weird common accent? Where do you come from?
Where I hail from is the Elven Woods, the Queen's Woods, shall we say?
Never trust those pointy ears, I tell you. Never trust the pointy ears.
I am only a half elf, sir. Most of me, the better part of me, is human. I assure you.
Unfortunate for you, I see.
Yes, quite. My life is a string of tragedies. But on to more pertinent issues.
Come in. Now that you're here, please, everyone, come in.
Okay.
He stands over by his desk.
Wilbur, please do not make a scene about this bear rug here.
An owl bear. Ooh, a great specimen.
Specimen.
Are you going to let me have him as a throw rug for my floor as well?
No, this is my first mate.
Yes. This is the captain's life partner, sir.
Your first mate? This creature of the depths of the Underdark, the creeps and stalks in the forest with the elves. You traveled with this beast?
I found Wilbur at a very young age and raised him as my own. He's become my first mate, and he's nothing like the ferocious owlbears in the forest.
Ooh. That is in another dimension. Ooh.
I say to the cap in a hushed tone, honestly, Captain, I don't really understand what we're doing here myself. Could you please enlighten us and this old gentleman?
Old gentleman?
Gentleman, yes,
I'm old
elderly.
enough to tan your hide over my knee.
Dave, I had forgotten this guy's name. I know it was something like with a G.
Garados.
And when brought Garados.
Yeah, Garados. Garados.
Are you Garados, the Gravekeeper?
I am Garados. Garados. That idiot punk that's in that watchtower over. He calls me the wrong name. I think he does it on purpose. Yes, I am Garados. I am the Gravekeeper, one of the final Gravekeepers of the Dragon Empire.
Well, the reason that I'm here is to try to figure out if there's any way that we could help you and to find out more about what exactly is going on down here.
What are you going to help me with? Everything is under control. All is well. As long as everything... But now, there are 1, 2, 3, and he's pointing at each one of you as he says 4 and 5, and that owlbear. That is too many people that know about this place. Do you know what can happen if word gets out of this place?
The Lich King will come, revive his High Council, and kill everyone.
That's the least of your worries.
Captain,
well, I can assure you, we are not here to divulge the location of this.
Yes, most certainly not. But I'm really somewhat confused as to why we're here. Captain, I think our curiosity has gotten a bit ahead of us. Do mention about these frogmen or men frog or whatever the devil they were.
Frogmen? There's no such thing.
A couple of my companions here seems to have seen a frogman gallivanting about beneath this grate of yours out here in front of your door.
I'll tell you, I dropped down a torch out there, and there was a strange-looking frogman who looked up at me and croaked and walked away. We also found some sort of strange portal device that my friend here seems to think might be used for travel, but we couldn't access it.
Well, the portal has not been used since probably the first stage. That was built back when the Lich King was known as the Wizard King. And there was a massive uprising. The massive uprising did not come from within. It came from the unification of the humans, the elves, and the dwarves. The Wizard King was an evil man. So they bound the races together and took this fiend out. And things were in a calm. Well, at first the uprising, 2 of his council members were found. If you had looked at the tombs, you will notice that 2 of them say year 149.
Quite right.
That are the tombs of Alexander and Ovia. These 2 were captured during the uprising from the humans, the elves, and the dwarves. These 2 council members were skewered on poles, put up through their rear, all the way through all of their internal organs, missing them, and out of their mouth. They were publicly displayed.
How horrible.
That's how things were back in the first stage.
Do continue, please, sir.
Well, Ovia, she died several days after. But Alexander, the poor bastard, lived almost a month. So...
Skewered, thusly.
Skewered.
Through the rear.
Skewered. Yes. AKA, I'll say out of context, Basically, Vlad the Impaler. Okay.
Right.
Vlad the Impaler style, all right? Because he's one of my favorite historical figures of all time. So.
I'm
Back in character.
picturing this spit roasting.
So yes, as this uprising occurred, this invasion, two got away. First off, the Wizard King himself got away, and his right-hand mistress. According to the legends and the lore and the research that I've done, the fourth person that got away was Eora. And Eora was probably the lover of the Wizard King. And there was also one other person. Gixon got away as well. He was the right-hand man of the Wizard King. And Eora was the left, and possibly his lover. Well, those three got away. And were on the run for months until they were discovered, and then they were killed as well. This catacomb was built for the Wizard King upon his passing, but it was never completed because he died, so therefore the portal was never completed. He wanted this portal to be able to enter different dimensions and times so he could take his council members and reign supreme. He knew that what he wanted to do was become undead. That is why he is the Lich King. And that is why he cannot find his council members. Because they will all bind their powers together. And the Dragon Empire will be no more. And it will extend out past the Dragon Empire to the whole world.
Well,
so that is my job as the Gravekeeper. I'm supposed to keep this place a secret. These wards that you see, these blue iridescent wards, these seal the magic inside of the sarcophagus. And also bind any magic and keep it out so the Lich King cannot find these bodies. He wants to resurrect them.
Admirable.
As Lich
Very
as well.
admirable of you, sir.
Well,
I'll compliment him on the work on these runes. They seem to be quite exquisite.
So how fares your gravekeeping, sir? Is everything going as it should? No mishaps or anybody poking about? Present company excluded, of course.
Oh, you are
Guys,
the
I'll be
first
right
ones.
back. I've got kind of a family emergency phone
Sure.
call I've got to take.
Take it, man.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yes, go ahead, Dave.
Well,
yeah.
You are the first visitors that I've ever had. Usually if I do have a visitor, I visit them at the garrison. You cannot, I cannot stress this enough. You cannot say anything about this place.
Right, we are a tight-lipped bunch. Rest assured. Any sort of guarantee
For
you
your
wish of
lives'
us,
sake,
we
I hope so.
will willingly give so.
For your lives' sake, I hope that you keep your mouth shut.
can you tell me, sir? We've done a brief look around before we found you of this floor, but from what I saw in that grate there, it appears that there are lower levels. How would you get to a lower level here?
A lower level? There's, as far as I know, this is the only level of the catacomb.
Well, here, come look with me, and I'll take him back over to the grate, and I'll drop another torch down there so he can see.
Okay, so as you drop it down, oh, heavens for Betsy! I never knew that was there. I don't see any frog creatures. Where are these frogs? Hello, Mr. Frog! And he gets down on his knee. Mr. Frog, are you there? And you hear nothing.
It ain't easy being green.
And you drop your torch down there, and it looks like basically a very collapsed chamber of a corridor somewhat. It looks like it was basically someone took a long corridor and just broke it over its knee. It looks tilted this way, tilted down. There's roots coming up everywhere. It just doesn't look right. You know what I mean? It looks like some massive type of earthquake happened here. But this is, this catacomb is perfect. It looks unscathed by time.
So you have no idea what this is?
I have no clue. I never knew. I just thought that this was a drainage for all of the water that would leak from the ceilings whenever we would have rain.
Captain,
Well-
do you tell me you mean to go down into this further subterranean level? The moon wanes.
I plan on going back up, but it's interesting to see that even this man, who's clearly been here for a long time, had no idea that this existed.
Yes, I agree with you on that point.
I am content with my studies and keeping and maintaining the magic and performing the rituals to keep these wards intact. That is my job here, Captain.
All right, I think you've done a fine job.
You're darn tootin' I've done a good job. Cat got your tongue, Captain? No, I'm just
What
kidding.
say you fellas? Are we going to keep this old man up all night without banter, or does somebody have another course of action planned?
Gravekeepers never sleep.
Is that right? Okay.
Troubadour.
Well, the way I see it, we've got two options here.
Okay.
We've got a meeting with the Sahagwin that we need to be.
That's tomorrow. Yes, we should be well rested.
It
for
is
that,
now
I should think.
midnight. It's
Okay.
it's close to about midnight now. So
We need to prepare for that. The other option I see is trying to pull this great force, tying a rope off and zip lining down there.
I look at Wilbur somewhat apprehensively. And
He just
you
kind of
okay?
shrugs.
You okay with this?
He
one?
just kind of shrugs and.
Mordecai and Agnes and Killian, I'm sure you are all chomping at the bit to get at whatever's down there. Frog legs for dinner, no doubt, instead of crab legs. What say you,
There
fellas?
seems to be a
I'm going to
recurring
say
theme
this.
of legs here, right?
This place will
Yes.
be here. We have commitments we must meet.
Oh,
In the morning
Killian,
with
the
the
voice
Sawagan.
of reason. Yes, okay.
I-
Apparently, all of your shadow fighting earlier has produced a sense of common sense in you, shall we say?
Shadow fight.
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
Hey, what's up,
yes.
Mordecai?
I'm sorry to interrupt everybody. I'm going to have to step away for a few minutes. I just found out that my stepbrother just passed away, so Give me-
sorry to hear that, Mordecai.
give me just a few minutes.
Pathfinder.
Go.
and I'll be back.
Do what you
Okay.
need to do.
Go,
bro.
dude.
All right,
Oh, wow. That sucks, man.
I agree with you, Killian. I think that perhaps we should just go back up and wait for our meeting in the morning.
All right. Yes. So.
I will tell you this.
Okay.
This is a very old patronage of the Archmage. The Emperor himself does not even know about this. Seeing that you are all agents of the Archmage,
Oh, they're
Well
not.
said.
I am, though, so you can talk to me.
like I said, you cannot say anything to anyone. And I will find out.
Right.
Oh, I'll find out, too. No one's going to be
Feel
talking
free to
here.
place any sort of gas or whatever you like
Yeah.
on us, fellows. We are very tight-lipped.
Basically what happens, he wraps up his story and tells you that, this place was basically an excavation from the Archmage, probably 30 to 40 years ago. And, this was pretty much one of the reasons why he had the seas calm, the Midland Sea.
Right.
Because he needed to get to
This
the
is all
island of
integral
Oman.
to the founding of
Exactly,
the town and
yeah.
everything, right? Yes.
Well, this was well before Gastron's point. The Archmage and several of the other keepers of the grave. Those were the ones that were actually here excavating, and they found this crypt because of stories and legend and lore from ages past. So a lot of research was put into this, and this is how it was discovered. And it's imperative that this stays a secret, because if any of those wards are broken, the Lich King he explains to you that the Lich King is looking for his council. He is looking for he is looking for Gixon, his right hand. He is looking for everyone, his other two council members. He's looking for his high priestess. He's looking for everyone because he wants to put his council back together.
Does he tell us where the other 3 graves are, or does
That's
he tell
all-
us why
we've-
they're
the
not
four.
here?
They're all here. Yeah.
There's only 4. We've already
there's
found,
four.
found them all,
7.
Killian.
No, there's 4. Thanks for playing tonight, Killian.
Yeah.
No,
But,
the first one you found was
seriously, fellas,
Ovia. The first one was Ovia. The second you found was Alexander. The third one you found was Gixon, and then the final one was Eora. But the
Okay, I
Lich
just thought
King's,
there were more
the Lich
than the
King's
4.
corpse is not here. No, just 4.
Let me just say, fellows, I've indulged your heroic fantasies as much as I care to. The Archmage and the Emperor aren't paying me enough to go gallivanting beneath these dungeons in search of liches and whatnot. Let's just try and settle this Sahagin business like
Well,
the captain suggested.
Yeah,